We are feet deep in human filth.
Got the squatters in here right now.
What are you gonna sue me for?
Attorney General can do it, asshole.
You've got this week to make it right. This is not okay.
Ándale, ¿cuántos minutos?
20 minutos, me marca el mapa.
20.
As a real estate investor with over 350 rental properties, I have dealt with about every type of person that you could ever want to deal with, and then some. Thieves, con men, scammers, squatters, a lot of different people and a lot of different things. Real estate investing is a fantastic way to quit your 9-to-5 job and become financially free. And it's got a ton more benefits, as we all know. But just like anything worth doing, there are some pitfalls and difficult situations. And you might run into them if you're involved in real estate in your career. Today, we're going to talk about the struggles of real estate investing and how you can avoid dealing with these problems. As you may know, some of my most famous viral videos have been of me dealing with a bogus contractor. We could go through Bill, the concrete con man. He is one of the biggest scoundrels that I've ever met in my 46 years of life. And let's talk about why he's a bad guy. Well, he's a bad guy because he's done this crime before and he continues to do it again. First thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you Google your contractor. I could have saved a lot of money if I had just Googled William Lawn Concrete. Also, another thing is check to make sure if they're freaking licensed. If I would have checked to make sure that this gentleman was licensed, I would have never dealt with Bill Lawn, the concrete con man. He's done this before. So there are people who have spoke about it on the internet. He's not handling reputation management right now. So make sure you Google people. Make sure you look and see if they have a business license. And no matter what, let's go to about Jose the Cockroach Rocha. I saw him coming a mile away and I kept the money in front of him. Thank God. He did get us on the work and he screwed up a bunch of things. The biggest thing on that lesson is same thing. Make sure they got a contractor's license, even if they're a referral. Even if they're a referral from your mother, make sure that you check and they've got a license and that they've not been convicted of a crime. If we just had looked up Jose the Cockroach Rocha in the Harrison County, Texas criminal records, we would have seen that he's been convicted of this crime like 3 or 4 times, which means he's probably done this crime 10 times that amount because most people do a lot more crimes than they get caught with. Get references. You know, I did have references on both of these two people, but one was a reference from a Facebook and one was a reference that maybe the guy didn't know what he was talking about, right? So get multiple references. And then know when to end it. Blake Carruthers and Jordan Land.
Troy, we were laughing the whole time getting your money, okay?
Like Blake, he's a bad guy by proxy, right? He's just a bad guy because he's got a bad picker. He picks douchebags to work with, which makes him a douchebag by association. So my biggest mistake hiring those two yahoos was not cutting ties quick enough, right? Giving second chances too many times. There's an old rule in business: slow to hire, quick to fire. When you know you got a bad contractor, when you know you've got an unlicensed contractor, move on, cut ties with them because it's not going to get better. It's going to be over and over again. You're going to be dealing with the same thing, the same lies, the same excuses, the same bullcrap. They're going to be telling you this thing, telling you that thing. They're con people. That's why the word contractor exists, because all contractor are con artists. I'm kidding. And the number one way that you're gonna get ripped off, and this is how it happens to everybody, you pay them money up front. When you pay them money up front, even if you're super disciplined, I never gave Bill any money up front, but I paid him too much money at the end. I did give Blake some money up front, but I held money back. That's how we were able to save that deal. Jose Rocha, we didn't give him any money up front until the end. We gave him a couple $1,000s up front. Boom! Showed his true colors. Just like that. The minute you advance the money, they go into thief mode right away. Like a cape comes on them, they can't stop themselves from stealing your money. Like the minute you do it. I just talked to a student the other day who told me, Troy, I know you told me not to do it, but I gave this guy money. I trusted him. That's fine that you trusted him. You don't need to give him money. You don't pay your employees up front. You don't pay people up front. Don't give contractors money up front. I don't care if you got a signed contract. I don't care if you got a work order. I don't care if you got the best bid. You don't pay people money up front. This is a squatter story. I've had so many squatters break into properties. The one that is the most famous right now is I was called by my property manager that someone was in my property and the guy was trying to rekey the locks. And when I came to meet the police there, because I knew the only way to get him out of there was to get the police there was a gentleman whose physique, I'll show you right now, who was standing there and they already stripped the HVAC unit. The car was stolen. You could tell just by the plates that were on the car. It was called cold plated for those in the know. I dealt with these guys and it's always the same thing. Deny, deny, deny. Oh, I signed a lease. Oh my gosh, I got taken advantage of. I gave him $1,800 for a 6-month lease. I've gotten taken advantage of. Okay, listen, 99% of all squatters are taking advantage of the system. Whether or not they moved into the property illegally, they are taking advantage of people. And they're taking advantage of people's mortgages, they're taking advantage of the system, they're taking advantage of somebody. That's the whole point of squatting, to take advantage and to take over with hostility, right? Squatting is by nature, hey, I'm coming in here, I'm taking it over, I'm letting everybody know about it, I don't care. You gotta either kick me out or I'm staying and it's mine. Oh yeah, and listen, I don't even know how many HVAC units I've lost. I've lost track. How many pieces of pool equipment I've lost track. How many furnaces, how many break-ins, how many people have showered in my properties, how many things I have lost. I could write a litany of lists. I don't even have insurance, right? People are, oh, the insurance company's gonna get it. Even guys doing burnouts in my parking lot, it just happens over and over and over, and there's really nothing you can do about it other than get liability insurance, cage your furnaces, cage your HVAC connectors, and it's still gonna happen. Like if I had more time, we'd put more preventative measures. Like we'd have a siren that went off. Like if you are in that business and you're like, hey Troy, I'll create you a siren. We need one that when you go and start cutting through that unit, that it's gonna blow your freaking eardrums out with a horrifying noise. But listen, there's only so much that you can do. It just happens in business. There's a lot of crappy human beings that walk the face of the earth, and a lot of these guys strip HVAC units, and it's because they're on drugs. Now, despite all these terrible things that I just mentioned, you might ask, is it really worth it to invest in real estate? And of course it is. There's always going to be struggles and setbacks in life, but if you're going down the path of real estate investing, you'll hopefully be able to make enough money to deal with these issues and then some. And more than likely, if you stick with it, you'll be happier overall because real estate, time is on your side and things, they happen no matter where you're at. If you want to begin your real estate investing journey, I offer a coaching program to help you get your first or next investment property within the next 90 days. And we'll teach you how to avoid losing money. None of my students have lost money on any deals yet, and how to become financially free. If you're interested, check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Peace.